Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, kings across the world. Joseph Perkins here again. Welcome to Grown Man University. They teach you reading, writing, and math in school, but they don't teach you manhood. Thank you for coming back for episode number 4. I'm glad that you had an opportunity to view the last episode about blind spots of a man. Today we're going to go over 3 different blind spots that are critical to us as men. Again, I want you to like, subscribe, and share this channel with another king that needs this information, especially a refresher when it comes down to manhood in our perspective. Not the world's perspective, but our perspective. The first blind spot we're going to talk about is a singular perspective. I'm going to say a quote for you from Larry Stevens. If the only tool you have is a hammer, you tend to see every problem as a nail. Again, if the only tool that you have is a hammer, you only tend to see every problem as a nail. John Maxwell, in his book Winning with People, says the entire population of the world, with a minor exception, is composed of others. Many men who are followers have inward focus, and they only have the question in mind, how will it affect them? Men who have outward focus tend to always have this question in mind, how will it affect others? Do you have a singular perspective, or do you have a broad worldly perspective when you look at others? The second blind spot that hits us men pretty hard, the second blind spot that tends to encapsulate, destroy us men, is insecurity. Insecure men are a deterrent to themselves, to the family, businesses, organization, workplace that they lead. They place their followers in jeopardy. The place that the organization they always place in jeopardy, and they even place themselves in bad situations. Insecurity causes a man to think only of himself. And when it comes down to being a man, you are a leader. And the very essence of leadership is others. An insecure man has a hard time giving credit to others. Insecure men always need the credit. Be aware of that. Keep an eye out for that. Therefore, it's always bothersome to share credit. Remember, insecure men are needy men. No man will make a great leader who wants to do it all himself or get all the credit for doing it. Andrew Carnegie. An insecure man keeps information from his family, staff, business, and others. Communication is a form of empowerment. When you release information, you convey trust and confidence to others. When you conceal information, that conveys the opposite. No trust, no confidence. An insecure man does not want his family, his staff, his business partnerships, children to be exposed to other good or great or excellent men. Please be open and aware of that. I see a lot of pastors do that. They don't even want you going to visit to another church, even though you are a member at a specific church. I see a lot of men who are afraid of the expertise or the fear of that man is more valuable or more powerful or more knowledgeable than them than others. They may see good see great qualities in other men that they like, but they don't possess. Insecurity at its biggest and its harmfulest. An insecure man is threatened by the growth of others. I see so many husbands I've been exposed to a lot of marriages where the husband is so insecure of the growth of the woman, of the wife, to the point that he will try his darnest to restrain her in her growth, whether it's from her losing weight or getting a degree. Most men who are threatened by the growth of others won't even try to allow that others who are following them to excel at anything. And I mean anything. An insecure man is a micromanager. I hate micromanagers. I ain't gonna lie. Micromanagers, especially insecure men, they're control freaks. They have to have a tight reins on everyone and everything so they ultimately can take the credit for everything. Be aware of that. Make sure you're not encapsulating that too much or at all. A couple of things about being an insecure man. It's a danger zone to this. Insecure men are not leaders. Why? Because they cannot lead people. They need. Secure men love people, but they don't need people. Be aware if you have an approval addiction. I need to be approved. I need to have approval. I need you to approve me more than anything. Be aware if you have an addiction to approval. Insecure men don't provide security for those they lead, because you can't give to which you do not possess. Secure men empower and appreciate those that they lead and others. To become an effective man, I repeat, to become an effective man, you must make those who you are leading feel good about themselves and what they are doing at all times. Insecure men take more from people than they give. Insecure men are on a personal quest for validation and affirmation. Instead of giving validation and affirmation to their followers or to those that they're leading, they need to receive it from them continuously. Secure men contribute to the benefit of others. Insecure men limit their best people. I see it happen all the time. You see another man, another woman, or an employee or a co-worker who are doing their thing. They are excelling, they're empowered, they're progressing, and you see that they have the capability to lead other organizations or just even empower you. Or they can take your position, whether it's at your job or in your business, etc. And you try to limit them as much as possible. Secure men thrive on seeing others succeed and love to see them reach their God-given talents and potential. Insecure men limit their organizations. If you limit the best people in your organization, then you only have the resource there's only other resource is you. You want to be the number one and the only one. Secure men love when the organization is soaring to new heights. The next and final trait of a blind spot that hit us men tremendously is when we devalue people. Quote from John Maxwell from the 10 principles of the winning with people, the 10th principle, he said, believe the best in people usually brings out the best of people. Men who value people give their best effort. Men who devalue people give their least effort. That happens in relationships all the time. All the time. Regardless of what a woman does, you should be always giving your best, your best, your best. Even no matter how the job is, the leadership is going haywire, doesn't matter. You should always be giving your best and not your least effort. Men who value people serve people. Leaders are servers, Leaders are servers and not receivers. Yes, we receive from our followers. Yes, we receive from our employees. Yes, we receive from our families. Yes, we receive from our wives and our children, but we serve them first as well. Men who devalue people want to be served by their people. Men who value people empower people. Men, women, children, business, etc. Men who devalue people wants to control people. Men who value people motivate them. It is not a feminine trait, and it's not boasting about yourself or a less than opportunity when you motivate someone, when you motivate your wife, when you motivate your neighbor, when you motivate your co-worker, when you motivate even your CEO of your company. But men who devalue people manipulate people. When you don't even think that a man or a woman or a child is worthy of your leadership, you feel like you can control them or push them or change their perspective or gaslight them in every way, shape, or form. Men, singular perspective, insecurity, and devaluing people. 3 blind spots that we men have to be well and keenly aware of when it happens and when you see other men do it. When you have a singular perspective, you only think about yourself and you're not thinking about a broader perspective. You're not thinking of others. When you are insecure, which many women and many organizations have an issue with, when you see insecure men who will cause havoc around those that are around them, those that are leading them, or that they're leading, and they continuously want to make sure that it's just about them and not about others. And when you do that, you devalue people. You devalue just the essence. They are a human being. They have dreams, goals, aspirations, that they have feelings and emotions. Don't be a man who has a singular perspective, insecurity, or devaluing trait. Tune in next week. We're going to continue the blind spots. Yes, money can help you in different areas, but money can't help you with internal emotional intelligence. And we as Grown Man at GMU, Grown Man University, want to build the king that's inside you to be a better king, and to be a more effective king, to be a more well-rounded king, to be a more polished king. And it's 90% of the battles that you will ever go through starts in your mental. And before people even see your wallet, they want to see your personality. They're going to see and feel your spirit. I thank you for tuning in today on the show. Again, like, subscribe, share this episode with another king who is battling a singular perspective, who has its insecurity issues, who is continuously devaluing other people, men, women, children, businesses, etc. You can reach us at Facebook and Instagram at Grown Man University or email at grownmanuniversity@gmail.com. Let's continue this conversation with other kings who can help us and we can help them understand we all have blind spots and we need to fix it. We need to identify it, but we also want to grow and make sure that we are mastering stuff that weakens us and that it can be a better man, a better king, a better father, a better provider for the community, the businesses, and those that are connected to us. I appreciate you and love you, King. Share again. Like, share, and subscribe this with another king. God bless.